And just like that, good to see you. Everybody, welcome back. Crypto Before Dark. And there's the light, because I forgot to turn it on because I was sitting here in the cave in the darkness, dwelling in the bloodshed.
Damn.
I know. Nonetheless, good to see you all. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith, just Keith. I don't mind, whatever you like to call me. Damn it, not Keith, whatever. It's all fine by me. Let's get right into it. Charts are ass. If you haven't done so, please go hit like. It costs nothing to drop a like. I would very much appreciate it if you did. Repost it over on X if you're watching over there. Would appreciate it all over there. If you're over on YouTube, give us a like. Hit the notification bell. And don't forget to subscribe. All that same BS that every YouTuber says before they get on here and talk. I do it too. Fine. I'm trying to make a little bit of light of the disaster. What's up, Miss Ariana? How you doing? What's up, Wesley? So, let's start with this first. Liquidity wipeouts. What does that mean? What am I talking about? I'll explain it. I got some charts that we'll go over here shortly from the requests. You guys put in requests. I go through those charts one by one, just like you see me all the time do. First, I want to talk about the liquidity sweep. So, a previous all-time high that we made back in July shot up and spiked us up all the way up here to about 122,785 on a 4-hour chart. That's the highest close we'd ever had before until a couple days ago, right? That's where our shorts came piling in that very moment, that very day. So, since that's the highest point of reversal, we'll mark that area with a horizontal line. You can go all the way down to the 15-minute if you'd like to. Up to you, okay? I'm going to use a horizontal line. You can use, I'm just going to use a trend line. You can use a horizontal line as well. Right here at this close. Right there at that 4-hour candle close and reopen is where the reversal really dug in. You can see the price is 122,785. Nice round number would be 122,750. So call it 122,750 as the reversal liquidity zone, or where the shorts came flying in, the big short zone. All right, perfect. I'll go back and look a little bit. Where did we go quite recently? Well, we shot up a candle and we went right through that big area where all those shorts piled in. We liquidated or stop lossed every short that came in at that area, right? We swept the liquidity. Makes sense? They piled in with a bunch of shorts, which were all leveraged up, adding liquidity, piled it in for quite a while, didn't they? Rolled that price over pretty aggressively, didn't they? Exactly. And what that does is creates a liquidity zone for us to go back and see. Now, it doesn't just work for shorts, it works for longs as well. Let me explain. Go back to where we were when we started all this up. Okay, big reversal down here that happened on a 4-hour chart. This area was where all the longs came piling in. Right about there, we can draw a horizontal line. I use the regular trend line because I don't want to go all the way across my screen. Things get messy when you draw a bunch of stuff on the charts. And I like to try to keep it clean so all you guys can understand what we're saying in a clear and concise manner. Look at the RSI at the same time that happened. She was massively oversold. When something is oversold, what do you think you should do? You think you should buy it. That's correct. When things are oversold, we take more chances. When things are overbought, when we've bought too much, then we want to sell. Guess what else happened the other day when we swept liquidity? Right? That happened. I'll draw a vertical line for you right here. While that area is that I'm talking about, let's go look at the RSI on the 4-hour. Overbought, double overbought. What if we go to the daily chart? That's what we really care about, is the higher time frames, right? Also nearly overbought. Makes sense? Yes, we had a little bit more room that we could have gone up there. What you need to know is it's not about what could have been, it's about what is. All right, I hear that a lot. Coulda, woulda, shouldas don't get us anywhere. Okay, nonetheless, we see the liquidity zones come in, we draw them out, and we pull them out to the end over here where they're nice and visible, because you're not in control of how long it will take these liquidity zones to get swept. Could take an hour, could take 6 months. We've seen both, right? So next liquidity zones that we have are right where we're at the price right now. All right, I'll draw another one for you right here. That area that I just drew is about 112,250, 112,250, which is slightly below 113. The idea behind that is those nice round numbers get clipped. It already happened at this one. Had a bit of a reversal right there. And if you go down to the low time frames, you would kind of see what I'm talking about. We're not going to go down that low. 4 hour and up's way good enough. Nonetheless, we swept that one already. It's been nuked. All right. Next level for us, 112.5, 112.250, around in there. Beyond that, we had a couple more from all the way back at the beginning of July. Big longs jumped in right here at about 110.500. Call it 110.500 to 110. All right. And below that, an even deeper dig down to about 107.750. All these zones are now vulnerable. Why? Because we have not broken this uptrend. This downtrend. We have not broken that downtrend. All that pressure holding the price down will not let it loose just yet. As long as we are under this trend line, we are at risk for the liquidation zones. We do not attack these short zones until we break the trend. When will we break the trend? Well, Lord, I wish I knew. That's what we got to wait on and see. The way things look right now to me, this could drag out to the end of the month, which I kind of expect. So there's your liquidity zones, left and right. Can we draw more zones? Yes, we can. And I'll give you a quick example of that. We already have that high drawn and that high drawn. Here's this high drawn. And I make my shorts in red and my longs in green, right? And then we had more shorts pile in right here. And we had more shorts pile in right here. So you're getting real finicky when you get down this low, right? There's a lot to draw, and it gets frustrating. I don't really think it's necessary to do all that unless you're going to sit in front of the computer all day and trade back and forth, right? If you want to run a bot, that's also fine. You could do something similar. This is no new concept. This has been around for decades as a way of swinging and scalping, all right? I don't want you to think anybody's doing anything special here. It's not. We're just following the orders, all right? Big orders down low, well, those are the targets. Big orders up high, well, those are the targets. Here's your targets up high. Here's your targets down low. Fair enough? Hope everyone got all that. Now we're going to get into the request parts and get a little deeper, all right? I'm going to say hey to everybody first. What's up, Bramful? What's up, Ranger? Good to see y'all. Charts Can't Lie. How you been, brother? Steve Loop, he said, dude, hoping for some good data. Well, I hope I got good data for you. Miss Ariana, good to see you, ma'am. How you doing? Wesley Hart, good to see you. Charts Can't Lie said, just occurred to me, became a coach and we can call you Coach K. Too late, already coached baseball, but if you call me Coach K, you're getting banned.
Damn. Come on, man.
We know better.
Bruh.
Shout out to people over on Rumble watching. I don't have that one pulled up right now, but I do know we're watching. That's our alternative platform. And if you're over on X, drop a comment, say hey to us, repost the stream so everybody sees it over here. I see you guys over there watching. It's about 250 of you on right now. So there's our liquidity zones. Let's scroll out to the daily chart. All right, so drop some of these liquidity zones off. You guys already know they're there. I want to just draw them for you for the example, okay? So we'll erase them. And we'll take that trend line off. It's fairly obvious. There's a downtrend right there, yeah? You can see the same thing I can see. Beyond that, we have failed this uptrend. No bueno. I wanted to see the price stay above that. Since it has failed below that, it's a no-go for me. Before the stream and a couple of days ago, I already started selling things off, got more sold off, got a ton of stables sitting and waiting right now. We will see what happens. If you would like to know when I buy and sell, wap.com/team786 is right there at the bottom. Knock yourself out. Don't copy me. I am not a financial advisor. It is my journey through this space, good or bad. All right, good or bad. And I've done very well over the years, very well. Well enough to where I don't have to work a regular job. I do this for a living. Now, that may change in the future. I ain't got no magic crystal ball. We're just reading data. All right, so under the trend line, no bueno. Add in our moving averages that don't work, right? 821 downward press, done. Under the 50 moving average, you kissed it one time yesterday, looked like it may hang on, snap your fingers, done. My next reasonable target is right down there at that 100 moving average, where the liquidity zones are at about 1010.9, call it 111. But I'll leave you here on this one. If we get some more down pressure, this moving average is going to bend down just a little bit, and that'll get us right near that 110 marker, right? I don't know if we go all the way down to the 107 level at this point. This thing cooked real hot real quick. There's your RSI. You see it? And then all of a sudden, at the snap of a finger, right back down. Look at the MACD, all red volume here after only a little bit of green volume came in. That's a lower high on volume. That's not going to get it. We need a little bit more than that to move the needle. Here's what kind of holds me up. Pivot point, I don't like failing that. That also kind of gives you a bull bear kind of easy blanket idea. Are we good or bad here? Things are under the pivot. Things are under the moving averages. Things that failed trend lines. Things are all trending down. Oscillators are pointing down. Sure, folks, we can start looking for spots to buy. But you shouldn't necessarily be throwing your money around unless you got a plan. All right? Don't just blindly buy. Please use the chart. I'm thinking 110 here, somewhere in the 110s. Give it a day to settle, and then I can buy. I don't want to hurry up and do anything. I've learned my lesson on hurrying up and doing anything. So I kind of give it a little bit here to think about it and maybe reassess this weekend. This weekend I got plans. I'm going to try not to look too much. Of course, that shit never works out. But for now, that's my idea. I want to go a little lower here. We can pull a fib on this as well. If we go down to the 4 hour one more time here, you'll see that if we pull a fib from the low to the high here, I'll move this trend line out of the way. That red box I've got drawn right there is 786. Is in between the two levels, in between 786 and the low. It's also catching them two liquidity levels. So if we're just going to hang out here and stay in this red box, fine. That means we've swept the low and we're coming back up. Gotcha. Prove it then. Until then, I'm expecting more down, and I'd like to see some proof of that to change. Break the trend line that we had drawn earlier, and I'll change my opinion. That tells me that we swept liquidity, and we're going to try to roll back up. Great. How far up do we go? We'll find that out as we get there. Let's see a reversal point first. All right, cool. Let's get to some of the requested ones. And I forgot to do last live stream. I was like, hey, we'll do United Healthcare and look at the chart before, and then I forgot.
Bruh.
I know. So anyway, let's pull up United Healthcare, shall we? And we shall. Here's United Healthcare daily chart. In case you didn't hear, Warren Buffett bought $5 billion worth. Why did he buy $5 billion worth? Well, he got a hell of a discount. All-time high on United Healthcare was about $617 closed. Not the wick, just the closing. All right. When Warren Buffett bought, he got a 61% discount at $237 per share. $5 billion worth of shares. You get the math. That's about 750,000 shares. Pretty good. So he's sitting on a nice little stack of ones over there. Yeah, it's 100% from this point, just back to all-time high. If he can take 5 billion and turn it into 10 billion, don't you think he'd be very tickled pink with that? We know how he works. He actually has the weight behind him to be able to make things happen. All of us don't. We don't carry that kind of weight. We're all penny punchers compared to him. Okay. He's the exception to the rule that no one should use, but everyone does. That's the emotions talking, right? Whenever you use the exceptions and make that the rule, well, you're just flat wrong. The generalities are the rule, which is what we hang in. Unfortunately, he sticks out. Now, what's happened since he bought? Well, good news. What was an absolute stinker, and we actually stopped talking about for a bit in our weekly roundups we do every single Monday morning before the market opens, we stopped talking about this pile of junk because it kept failing and failing. But in just a short order here, she's jumped back over the 821 EMA and the 50 moving average, all in sequence. Bang, bang, real fast. Love to see it. You're pointing backwards here toward the 50 moving average, which looks like we're looking for a bit of a back test. I'll warn you, this thing is littered with gaps. We've got a gap back down here to 274 that could come true that I bet some people are watching very carefully. If we lose these moving averages, I think that's where we may come back down to if we stay above them, which I think we will. At some point here, this thing's going back to all-time high. All right, next target would be the 100 moving average around 350, just a reasonable point of speculation. And above that, 379 or so is a gap. 375 is a gap in price. From here to 375 is a pretty good lick. That is 23% from here to the next gap. It's pretty darn good. That's pretty good compared to what most cryptos are doing this day, huh?
Damn.
That's right. So for now, she shipped up and shaped up some. Also note on the weekly, she ran back to big, heavy support that came in 2019 and 2020 when we had the pandemic. She essentially ran right back to support and did a head fake and came back up. Caught a nice double bottom here. 1, 2. And there's your weekly moving averages. You can see it's got back above the 8 EMA on the weekly. It's still under the 21, so it's a little bit held up. At the end of the world, that 21 EMA is at about 337. Remember I said 375 is where the gap is above. That would be us crossing well over the 21 EMA, and that would be giving us more of a go signal. So I see why he bought. It ran back to support. I see why the upside's on the chart. It's 100% even from here, even after he's already in. There's good upside here. It was a little bit low risk and pretty high reward. I fully get it. Let's see how far it goes, and I think it's going to eventually run back to all-time high. Pretty crazy, huh? What's up, Crew Chief? What's up, Inferno? Good to see you, brother. Darren X says, was there any particular news that caused the DI in United? It looks, I don't know what you mean. It looks pretty stable prior. United? You mean I'm sorry. You had to give me a ticker. I don't know which one you're talking about, but we can look at it. I'm going to get to some of these requests. Let's get to some of them real fast. Checks. All right. Got in checks just a couple weeks ago or whatever. Not too long ago at all. A week ago and some change. But she's already started rolling back, taking a big bite of pressure from old King Bitcoin. She got over the 50. She got over the 100. I took profits, and I've already taken profits again, and I've already sold it. Why? Well, she fell back under the 100 moving average, fell back under the 8 EMA, and now she's trending back towards from whence she came. That may take a little bit to correct. On the weekly, you can also see it in my target box, perfectly up there. All right. I was hoping she kept going. I was hoping we had some more buy pressure. I think the market was expecting a rate cut. They didn't get it, and it ain't going back up till we get rate cuts, and we ain't getting rate cuts for a bit, I don't think. That's at least September 17th, and they may not even do it then. Do not walk in there thinking you're going to get your feelings held up. Always expect to get your feelings hurt. That way you don't get let down and you don't quit. All right. Nonetheless, she's showing a little bit of weakness here after all that up. To be expected, in between the weekly 821 EMA, I can rebuy. I'm not too upset about it. I'm going to give it a little bit here to play out, see if it wants to cool off and find some support. If it does, I'm back in. My marks are 0.132 and 0.117 for the current price action. If it gets back over the 100 moving average, I'm looking back at that 19 and 25 cent area. But it's got to improve a lot to do that. All right. JLP, check this one out. This was from a request in X. Someone requested, I forget the guy who's, I'm sorry. What's up, Liz? Good to see you. What's up, Jeremy? You guys go give me a like and repost this real quick. Let everybody know you're watching. We got almost 400 people over on X. Let's go, dude. Anyway, he clued me in on this one. I was like, damn, look at that. So, one of the complaints is, oh man, this bull market's been trash. It's not been any good. Bro, look at this one go. I mean, this thing is up 100% since 2024, and you don't even know nothing about it. It's just over here chilling, making money. And I bet most people don't know about it. But there's a lot of money in this. I looked it up. Problem, it's rolled over and it's got an 821 cross coming up here, just like the others do. Now it's a little bit farther ahead. It's still trying to hang on to the 21. Still hasn't exactly failed it yet, but it's getting close. And I think a lot are going to do this. I think some alts are going to start giving back some here shortly. Falling under the 21 like this leads me to believe we're coming back to the 50, which is currently at 492, but may go up a little bit in the interim. All right. This one sucks to do because we got head faked again. And I say everybody got head faked again. Freaking XRP. I know. All right, so let's talk about it for a second. What looked pretty good, she came down near the 50. She bounced back up pretty aggressively, got back over the 821 EMA. She did make a lower high, which was a little disconcerting, but it stayed over the 821 like it was going to make that hook and get going. Looked like it was going to make that hook and get going. Unfortunately, she fell flat on that Thursday when we didn't get rate cuts. People didn't get what they wanted. Snap your fingers. Down she goes. Now it's under the 821. Now yesterday, glimmer of hope. You bounced off the 50 moving average and threw a big hammer. I'm here for it. Problem today, you back that up with more sell pressure. Not going to get it. Closing under the 50 moving average here creates even more sell pressure because you're giving the bears something to go, aha, aha. You guys know that one from Harlem Nights, right? Probably not. All of y'all, if y'all don't know that from Harlem Nights and from Coming to America. All right. Aha. Come on, man, in the barbershop. Anyway, she's failed the 50. Failing under here leads me back to the 100. Falling under this $3 mark was my break point where I said I'm not going to sit around and wait on this thing to get back over $3 again. So I've got this one on the chopping block. I've already sold some. I may sell all of it. We shall see. I don't like the price action doing this. I don't like the lower high. Coming down to an even high at 275 here still is disconcerting because it's going to take a bunch of buy pressure to get back over the hump after failing like this. You need to hold on to that weekly AEMA at 291. You don't hold that, it's more downside. Simple as that. And yes, this is forming a bit of a cup and handle, but this thing could come all the way down here to 250 before it comes back up, which is going to take a lot of percentage out of your pockets. So you make a decision on it. I think I'm going to have to sell it and walk away. Y'all pick. I think she's heading down more. Sucks, huh? I know. All right. Uniswap. Uniswap. Shout out Rumble. I see y'all over there. What's up, Panda? Good to see you, brother. Darren X, let me know what the ticker is. I don't know which ticker. I'm not sure what DI is. Is that the ticker, DI? I don't know. Uniswap. So with some looking really bad, then you got Uniswap over here that's still holding the trend. See that? Also, it hasn't hit the 50 moving average yet, but if it does push down any farther, it's going to hit the moving average and fall under the trend line, and we don't want that. This one's got a little bit better look than some, but the problem is falling under the 821 like that twice in a row kind of leads me to think we're going to get some more down pressure here. The good news is it hasn't happened yet. So it's going to take an extra day or two for this one to filter out. We'll know more by Friday. If this one closes down here and doesn't get back over the 821 by Friday, we're probably stuck with more downside on this one. For now, I would be very careful. This one has more risk than reward for the moment. Sushi. What a letdown this one was. Big exchange, you know, a lot of money in it. And then you get nothing on the backside. Really, really frustrating. So Sushi, same setup here. Didn't look terrible at first, but the problem is, even though you've got support down here, we've seen a lot of these lose support and trickle down even more. So I already had to let go of this one. I see more downside, unfortunately, which really friggin' sucks. I had high hopes for this one, breaking the 200 and then back testing it like that. That was a really nice setup. That thing was set up to ride, man. Problem is we didn't get it. We got a lower high, and since that lower high's come in, it's been nothing but sell pressure and sell liquidity over and over and over. Big bears dumping in on you and taking this shit on you. I get it. So since it's under the 50 and the 8 and the 21, it's going to be a no for me. Even though you've got these other moving averages down here, I don't trust it. I'm going to need something to prove it to me. Perhaps we got a trend line break or something, then I might change my mind. But till then, no thanks. And I'm not even sure that's the right trend line. You might need to draw it like this. All right. There's a couple options there. Nonetheless, it's not over the trend line anyway. You draw it. So for me, it's a no, man. All right. ADA. Cardano, better than most. Yeah. But today really ruined that. So last night I thought about this and I was like, do I sell all this and just walk away? Because I have a bunch of Cardano, right? Do I sell all this, just walk away? Nope. No. Let's wait one extra day. Still over the 8. And then today.
Gotcha, bitch.
That's right. Gotcha, bitch. Took it from me just like that. So I'm still good here. I'm still way up on ADA. But I have to admit that if this thing closes here, I'm getting the shakes pretty quick. I don't like it being in the wait a minute zone that rapidly. This looks like it's got more downside to me. I did make a new high. That's great. But now she looks like she's trying to fail trend. If it's going to fail trend, man, I really don't want to be a part of that, right? So weekly, you're still over the 50 fib and kind of just back testing. It's sort of just still okay. But we've learned from prior experiences that this thing could sit over here and flutter on down for quite a while. So I'm going to give this just a beat longer, and then I'm going to have to bail myself. It's still in the wait a minute zone, still technically not a runaway. But boy, you better have your eyes on it and be very careful. Solana. Some weekly charts do look better than daily charts. I will admit that. But the problem is those weekly moves take a long time to play out, and it may absolutely destroy your percent gain. Don't want to see you guys lose. All right, so 821 downward cross pointing toward the 50. You got the 100 and the 200 down there as well. All these are in the correct order, but the problem is we made a lower high. There was our high and our lower high. Now we're just sweeping farther. Don't like that. I will say we have on the trend line, if we draw it here, we still have trend line held so far, unless you draw it like this, and that's uber bad. I guess you could do that, couldn't you? A little bit subjective, right? So let's just not do that. Pivot, you're right on the pivot point. That's not bad. You're right on the 50 moving average. That's not bad. This is better than most, all right? I would keep my eyes on it very closely. If you can break back over the 821, you may have a good look here. I'm going to highlight this one. Pepe. I'm all for one looking good, fellas. I don't care. If it looks good, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? All right, Pepe, it's going to be an easy no real quick. I drew that trend line a while back. No subjectivity needed on this one. We failed all the moving averages except the 200. We may very well sit on this 200. Fine. Prove it to me. I do not trust it any farther than I can throw it, and I can't even reach it. So I damn sure ain't going to trust it. A lot of downward pressure here. Sell, sell, sell. Even got a little short term right here, sell. So till I see something change on this one, it's a no for me. Could bounce to 200, could do better, but I don't trust it. All right. Everyone's other favorite, DAG. Oh, gosh, I know.
Wrong.
I get it. I get it. Do you even know about hashgraphs, bro?
Bruh.
I know. Do you even know about the Department of Defense? Oh, boy. Yeah, we kid because we love. I don't hate you guys. I want everybody to win. Just trying to help people who don't want to help is wild. So nothing's changed here. Weekly still hung up under all the moving averages that we've been worried about the entire time that don't work. You know, those don't work. Entire time we've waited for that, and it's still doing it. You're caught under all these other moving averages. You know, this was already going to happen. I get it. Pivot, you're stuck under the pivot. That's bearish. Cloud, you're stuck under the cloud. That's bearish. All your oscillators are pointing down. That's bearish. MACD pointing down and sideways. That's bearish. What do you have going for you? Well, you're still over this trend line. See that? Can't deny that. Still over the trend line. So what are you supposed to do here? Well, unfortunately, you can't do anything. You're stuck. You are the exit liquidity for now. All right. In order for you not to be the exit liquidity, you need price go up. Otherwise, you're the person everyone's going to sell to forever. So what's your plan here? And if you don't have a plan, I highly suggest you get one. I don't own any of this. I have bought and sold this over the years. I am not doing anything with this right now because it looks like liquid ass. I need to see it over the moving averages before I do anything. Any risk here is extreme risk. Any reward is too low for me to want to take it. All right. If I was over some of this risk and I balanced out my risk reward a little bit more, well, I would be a little bit more convinced than I am now. But for now, nah, man, I can't bite on this. This is too rough. You guys know that. It did throw a green candle, then immediate red. That's just exit liquidity. We can't do anything with that. I think you all understand that. So I lie in wait here, but for me, I could find something better for now. Well, that's going to piss some people off, isn't it? Let's do Pole, which is Matic. We haven't covered this in forever. Why? Well, Matic let everybody down really bad. And yes, they've switched to Polygon. I get it. But I'm going to use the Matic one because that's where the data goes all the way back, right? We don't lose any by switching to Pole. Um, so for now, these fibs don't make any sense at all, dude. This thing is such a wonky chart. Golly. Let's just do away with those. It's too wonky. Moving averages on the weekly. You are over the 8 EMA on the weekly. You're right in the wait a minute zone. You were over it yet last week, but that changed. It's now under it. Daily wise, today was brutal. It looked pretty good yesterday, believe it or not, even with all that red. Polygon had a green day. Problem, we've followed that up with more red right on top. That's not going to get it. Now, you are sitting on all the moving averages. Technically, this isn't bad. But gosh, how high is the risk? Manage it for yourself and you figure it out, because I don't own any. It's right on the pivot. That's more stuff. Confluence, that is probably okay for now. Ichimoku cloud's right there. That's probably more evidence that it's okay for now. RSI, sideways. MACD, sideways and kind of down, but up for now. I'd be careful here. This has got a better look than most, but even then, it still gives me the shakes, man. Sketchy. All right, Gala. All right. So Gala continues to disappoint us. Whatever looks like it's going to do well, it just fades more and makes another lower high. This is yet another lower high and a chain of lower highs that it's made all the way back since 2021. Right? It started its lower high journey back in 2021, and it's lower high, 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 lower high. Remember when you guys said crypto gaming was going to be all the rage?
Wrong.
Remember when you guys said that real world assets were going to change the world?
Wrong.
Remember when you guys said, oh, I know what it is. It's going to be on-chain custody coins.
Wrong.
No. It's Z-Sync.
Wrong.
No. It's layer ones.
Wrong.
Wrong. No. It's DeFi coins. Those are the ones.
Wrong.
No, it's high earn yield stables.
Wrong.
No. You need to go back to the big ones. You need to stick to the top 25.
Wrong.
No. That's not the right thing to do. Stick to the top 10.
Wrong.
So I ask you, why do you keep worrying about narratives if they don't make you any money? Let's just stick to the charts. We could keep going with that all day, couldn't we? Now, what y'all will do is you'll say, no, Keith, you're forgetting about ISO 220022 coins. They're way up right now, Brad Garlic Bread. Okay, that's you chasing the exception again. That one example doesn't defeat the other 39 examples. All right? And even they're retracing, so calm down. Problems, can't do nothing about them. We can talk about them and discuss what to do in the future, though. Okay? So Gala continues to stink the joint up. Weekly's terrible. Daily's terrible. It's got nothing going for it good here. It continues to fail every time it shows a little promise. I think all these are rating on rate cuts. And unfortunately, we're not getting rate cuts anytime soon. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't speak the future. I don't know anything about what's going to happen. All I can do is tell you what we got in front of us. XCN. All right. XCN weekly sitting on the 50 fib. That's not a terrible thing. Do you see that right there? That's good. That's a high time frame support. If we go down to daily, problem. You're underneath every moving average. Wolf. You had a good candle going in, and now it's start that shooting star right there. That's a really terrible look. You don't want to see shooting star candles. How does that sound to you? All right, it's under S1. It's under the pivot. That's not good. She's stuck under the cloud. That's not going to get it. Oscillators, sideways, no help. That's not going to get it. So it's a no for now. I do like the weekly look. That's not terrible. Sitting on the weekly 50 moving average. Do you see that? That's not bad. That's the yellow line right there. 50 moving average, 50 fib. We could go sideways here for a while, but that doesn't mean we have a buy on the daily chart. It's very risky to buy this. Your choice. I'm not gonna. I'd like to see a little bit of improvement before I do. For the long term, it would be a little bit safer for that way, because some of these alts can fall off really, really rapidly. All right, a couple more requests. I got you right there. Good seeing Ken, Electric Mother Freaking Ken. ETHZ, he says. Let's look at that. ETHZilla Corporation. All right, so we were doing pretty well. Look at that weekly shoot up. Broke the 821, 50, and 100 weekly. Long tail on the top. Don't like that. Daily wise, yeah, that was the pullback after that big shot up. So she threw a CME gap back to 970 to 1065. It is still over the 8. You do have one tits cross left here. I think this thing's going to cool off a little bit here and kind of chop along and consolidate some. It's down a little bit post-market too. I think for the short term, there's more downside than upside. For the long term, plenty of upside, but be careful. It's slowed down short term, and it's also stuck in the cloud on the weekly. It could take a while. It could honestly take till the end of the year. ZBCN. All right. So ZBCN, big rollover, but 50 fib. I like that 50 fib. Not bad. 50 moving average. I like that. 100 moving average. I like that. Not bad. Not bad. I don't like the failed trend, obviously. I don't like the fact that it's so aggressively leaned over, obviously. Let's get a fib on this and see. From there up. All right, we're also right on the 382 fib. So 382 plus the moving averages. If we bounce this level, a confirmation would be getting back over this 236, this direction. That would be 0048. That would be my confirmation. Until then, very, very shaky. But it's kind of neutral. Shaky, but not a no, right? Kind of neutral in the fact that it's sitting on some support that some don't have. Give me that garlic bread coin. You get it. Ta-da! Somebody got it. XDC. XDC. This will probably be the last one. XDC USDT. Let me double check that I don't got no other ones. What's up, Matoshi? Good to see you, my guy. 500 people watching over on X. Bro. Let's go, dude. XDC on the daily. I got problems with you. You failed the 50, you failed the 821, and now you're pointing back toward the 100 and the 200. This is one of those ISO 20022 coins, but it's down. Exactly. It doesn't matter. Your coin is not immune to losses. This looks like it's coming back to these moving averages. I would expect it at this point. Cloud-wise, she just failed the cloud. That's not good. Pivot-wise, she just failed the pivot. That's not good. Oscillators, all pointing down. That's not good. Yeah, for me, it's going to be a no until I see some improvement. What improvement would help? Back over the 821 and 50 that it just failed. That would be enough, but until then, it's a no. So, to sum up this live stream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 charts we went over. 16 of them look like ass.
Damn. Come on, man.
Sorry. I wish it was different, but we got to keep it real with y'all. $200 million evaporating in 2 days is something worth talking about, yeah? When it's bearish, we got to say it's bearish and not lie about it. We got to be upfront and honest with everybody and cut no corners here, all right? I wish it was easier than it is, but it isn't. It's quite difficult, all right? It's quite difficult to be perfect. All I know is if I get head faked, I got to take the foul and wait for the foul shots and come back and try again. Market kind of head faked us again here, didn't it? Good news. I had a lot of stop losses set, had a lot of stuff ready just in case I needed to cut and run. I even tried to rebuy some lows. That didn't work either. So, hey, pick my shoes up off the floor after I dust them off, put them back on, and we'll go back and kick another one, all right? Is what it is. We can't do anything about it. For the words, please check out wap.com/team786. 1 free month. And you can leave whenever you want. No contract. You are not bound to stay if you do not wish to. It's a free month. Why not? Thank you all for being here from the bottom of my heart. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. Y'all are still here after all this punches in the face. Y'all are some hardcore ass gangsters, and I appreciate it. All right? Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows, man. Let's have a better day tomorrow. Today was trash. Yesterday was trash. Sunday was trash. Let's have a better day tomorrow, okay? And last but not least, no one else told you today. Keith will tell you. Keith loves you. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Sky's the limit. Back live Thursday, 11 p.m. Live trading over in the Discord, wap.com/team786. You can be in there to watch it. 8 a.m. I'll see y'all then, man. Y'all be good. I'm out. Peace.